What's going on, guys? This is your boy RJ Game News USA here. Back today with another video, and today we have many stories from around the NFL, some crazy stuff going on. With Aldon Smith, with Mike Vrabel, with Diana Rossini, with Robert Kraft, but we're gonna start here with Tom Brady. He's downright pissed off. He really is not happy with the Raiders at all. Being the number one pick last year, being the worst team in the league, and he's putting the entire staff on notice. I mean, last season, he turned over the coach and the quarterback just like that. He is wanting to win, and he's wanting to win not next year, right fucking now. And if you guys know anything about Tom Brady, he loves to win. He does not like what's going on with the Raiders right now. We're going to listen to this clip from Black and White Sports Football, and then we will discuss.
Black and White Sports supporters, well, we got Tom Brady going scorched earth on his Las Vegas Raiders team, and basically comes out and says nobody with the Raiders had a good year last year. Nobody. Now, I'm sure somewhere Max Crosby and Brock Bowers are like, the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, can we say Brock Bowers was fine? Can we say Max Crosby was fine? Like, okay, I'll admit, that's a little bit of hyperbole there.
But, nonetheless, he has come out, he's sending a clear message about expectations. And that GOAT gene, that GOAT additive, that Tom Brady has got, that GOAT hunger, oh, it's overflowing on these comments. Wow. I read them and I was like, holy shit. Holy shit.
Tom Brady expects a massive improvement from the Raiders in 2026. I do too. The question is, how soon will they go from Kirk Cousins to Mendoza? That's the question. I think Cousins is going to get the start, but it's going to be a very short leash. Very short leash.
Do you know there was an actual person named Holy Sheet? That's where that came from. Anyway, holy shit. This team better not look like last year's team. I don't know. Now, what I find interesting is, there's people out there that still want to act like Tom Brady's not heavily involved here. Well, these are some awfully strong-ass comments for somebody that's only got an ancillary or collateral interest in what's going on as a...
Yeah, exactly. I think Tom Brady's pretty heavily involved, if you gotta ask me. He's able to double dip. He gets that broadcaster money, and he gets this Raiders gig as an owner. He takes it all serious. Make no mistake about it.
The minority owner. Sounds to me like he is feet first in on what's going on with this franchise right now. And he probably should. He probably should be.
Absolutely. All right, so we're moving on to our next story. Hate to do this one. However, we will do this one. There's potential that Adam Schefter is being corrupted by a joint venture with Robert Kraft, and that's why ESPN is not covering the Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini story more often. Let's listen to this clip from Black and White Sports Football and discuss.
Sports reporters, well, I gotta tell you, the NFL insider game looks more and more like it's corrupt as F. The aftermath of the Diana Rossini Mike Vrabel situation is continuing to take a turn. And we've got a podcaster out there named Tony Farmer who has he's got a podcast, he's on X, and he's been really digging in to the Diana Rossini.
Let me be clear. I actually don't think the Diana Rossini Mike Vrabel thing's even that big of a deal. It's a bunch of other people making it a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big deal in the sense that you shouldn't cheat on your wife and you shouldn't be, infidelity. But other than that, I think it's a non-big deal. I think Diana Rossini's really the one that should have to answer for this.
Rossini Mike Vrabel situation.
We all know women get to choose who sleeps with who.
And one of the interesting narratives to come out of this entire thing, in case you guys have not noticed, you see how quiet ESPN's been about this story?
Have they been?
Very, very quiet.
Or have they?
In fact, a lot of media outlets have been quiet about it.
Have they? I don't know.
Mike Florio's talked about it. PFT's talked about it. Some news outlets like the New York Post has talked about it. The New York Times now. But ESPN, and supposedly Adam Schefter is the insider of all insiders. Well, why the hell isn't anything coming out? Where's the journalism at? Where's Don Van Natta when you need him?
What do you want to come out?
What's going on?
Do you want
exactly?
you want the sex tape? Is that what you want?
Well,
is that what you want?
There might be a reason for Adam Schefter and ESPN to try to at least assist smothering this story in the crib as best they can. They may not be able to do it much longer. Of course, there's always the idea that Rossini's going to have a tell-all here pretty soon.
Oh, God.
But this is
and then,
crazy.
yeah, she'll have a... Diana Rossini's going to have a tell-all, and then she's going to, shift it around and play like she's the victim when she's just a hoe. It's so annoying, man.
So, Tony Farmer has been doing some digging. He calls himself a sleuth. Right? A little investigative action. The Diana Rossini Mike Vrabel scandal has consumed the NFL offseason in the way that offseason stories ever do. What started with a Page 6 publishing of photos of two at an adults-only resort in Sedona, Arizona, on April 7th has spiraled into a month-long saga involving leaked photos, a resignation, and an ongoing internal investigation at The Athletic. However, throughout all this, major news outlets have quietly stayed on the sidelines, and ESPN in particular has been noticeably quiet. That silence has drawn attention, and NFL podcaster Tony Farmer has offered a theory on why Adam Schefter has kept his distance from the biggest media story of the offseason.
All right, let's hear it.
Again, a scandalous affair with an NFL insider and the New England Patriots head coach. And you're quiet as a church mouse. Really? There may be a reason. Farmer has been one of the most vocal voices tracking every development in the Rossini-Vrabel story. He recently pointed out that Adam Schefter and the New England Patriots owner, Robert Kraft, are business partners. You can't make this shit up.
There you have it. Look, that is corrupt, if that is true. For sure. Again, I kind of got to recuse myself from this story a little bit. I am a Mike Vrabel fan. I am a New England Patriots fan. Personally, even if everything that was said is true and happened, I don't give a fug. We just went to the Super Bowl with Mike Vrabel as coach in year one. So I don't want to hear no freaking idea of, we're going to make him resign. That'd be absurd. Anyway, I have more stories to cover here.
Black and white sports supporters, well, I got to tell you, this is some of the most effed up, repugnant shit you're ever going to hear in your life. And I read this after the medical examiner's testimony, and I was like, wow. And this scumbag worked for the Tennessee Titans.
Uh-oh.
As a scout.
Oh, boy.
And he killed his 25-year-old pregnant girlfriend. Yikes.
That...
the most awful...
My God. What is wrong with you people? You're a Tennessee Titans scout. I'm sure you make enough money you could take care of a freaking kid. And you're going to sit there... I assume that's the reason. I assume you offed her so you wouldn't have to take care of the child. But, good God.
Damn thing you've ever heard of. And it gets worse. I mean, it's just... It's a tragedy, but it's just bleeped up beyond all recognition. There's the young lady right there. Jade Benning was pregnant when she was rushed to the hospital, and she died on her 25th birthday. This is the scumbag in question right here. Right there. Blaze Taylor. Wow. Unbelievable.
Sad.
On the fourth
Pathetic.
day of trial, this is Fox 17 in Nashville. On the fourth day of trial for a former Tennessee Titans scout accused of poisoning and killing his pregnant girlfriend, Davidson County Medical Examiner Dr. Aaron Carney takes the stand. Taylor, 30, has pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder in the deaths of Jade Benning and her unborn daughter. Prosecutors allege Taylor poisoned Benning by spiking her pink lemonade with a lethal mixture of cocaine dissolved in alcohol because he did not want her to have the child believed to be his.
Okay. So, I hope this piece of shit gets the death penalty. At the very least, rots in hell forever. And, there's really nothing more to say about that. Like, that is some despicable shit. To be quite honest. And really, that's not it. There's more death in the NFL. I got another news story for you. And again, this is also from Black and White Sports. They're a very good YouTube channel. You know, I wanted to collect their stories and also give my commentary on it. But this story is nuts about Aldon Smith, who passed away recently.
Something rather interesting. We've got a possible scenario where a former really damn good 49ers defensive player, Dante Whitner, a.k.a. Dante Hittner, he's out here making proclamations, kind of leading us down the path that something foul play, may have been going on involving Aldon Smith, and he is pointing fingers in the direction of 2 former 49ers players in Anthony Booby Dixon and C.J. Spillman. They all played with the Niners right around the same time. This is weird. This is now getting weirder. And we found out Aldon Smith's family is going to donate him to CTE research. Again, guys, I'm going to keep it real. I'll continue to keep it real. I think CTE is overblown. I
disagree. All right, on that part, I'll disagree with him. CTE is abso-fucking-lutely real. I can tell you, I've had probably 3 concussions in my life, and I can tell you it's affected me. And I can only imagine what a football player who's had multiple concussions goes through. Sometimes you guys might see me talk and then I get a blank stare. That's from the concussion. That's called mental decline. And football players have so many more concussions than your average citizen. You know, I've been in car wreck or a fight or an issue where I've had concussions here and there. But to be a football player concussions feel pretty on the regular. There's the reported and the not reported. So I'm going to disagree with him here about the CTE stuff.
It's found out that there's multiple law firms out there that defraud. Shit. I mean, hell, the Pro Bowl's been ruined. Think about that a minute.
Now, look, I agree with him saying, yo, the Pro Bowl's been ruined because we're overprotective of CTE. Really, that's not what it is. People are more worried about the leg injuries, and then you're hurt for your team for next season. I've always said if you want to make the Pro Bowl a little more exciting or interesting or actually have the players want to play, assuming that they're coming back to their team next year, have that 17th game that is extra between AFC and NFC, had that determine which conference gets 9 home games versus 8 home games. That would actually matter some to the Pro Bowl, I think, and make it a regular fucking game again. But that's a sidebar.
Think about that as a byproduct with flag football due with CTE. Smith died last Saturday at 36. His family has hired...
Aldon Smith, he's my age. Aldon Smith, my age, former 49ers player. Just dead. Up and dead.
A trio of lawyers to investigate the circumstances of Smith's passing. What the fuck are the cops doing? Are they not investigating this? Really? One of his 49ers teammates has provided a lead for lawyers to pursue. Speaking on the Grit Code podcast, does everybody have a podcast? Former NFL safety Dante Whitner was a bad mother, shut my mouth, addressed the situation. These are his words as provided on a public platform. Quote, the day that Aldon died, I received text messages, phone calls, FaceTimes from some of our ex-teammates, Whitner said, and some of that shit I saw was fucking disgusting. Now I'm going to go ahead and say it. CJ Spillman called me, 6 a.m. Bali time, and he put me on FaceTime, and he showed me pictures of Aldon slumped over in the front seat. Aldon laying on the ground in front of the vehicle that he was traveling in, with all that shit hooked up to his body, pretty much deceased. And I want to say that it's disgusting, because if you call me and we barely talk, and it's circulating around, there's more than just me that saw those videos and those pictures. So I saw that Aldon's family is hiring private investigators, lawyers, to investigate what actually happened that day. And I hope they listen to this so they can understand and know who to contact. First and foremost, CJ Spillman should have a lot of answers for you.
Damn!
Davis as well.
Damn! I mean, yeah. What happened with Aldon Smith? I mean, I don't know. The last thing I'm going to do, if I have a friend that's slumped over and dying in front of me, the last thing I'm going to do is take a fucking picture and send it to other people I barely talk to. And go, oh, look at this. No. Get him some medical treatment. You sorry sacks, you sons of a bitches. Save a man's life. Get off the phone. Use the phone to make a call. 911. Hello? Sure drugs might have been involved. Like, let's be honest. Anyway, guys, I hope you, these news stories were nuts for sports. Not gonna lie. But I hope you enjoyed me talking about the content at least, even if the content wasn't pleasant. And please leave your thoughts in the comments below. But for now, this is RJ signing out. Have a good one.